recording. Also, I wanted to point out one note. Please, if you're using your personal email, I would like to suggest to use the university email because I believe most of the colleges are requiring students to attend these workshops. And of course, this workshop is offered previously and it will be offered again. Let me start sharing my screen. Okay, I believe you can see the screen now. Okay, so, okay, through this presentation, I will be going step by step from the moment that you want to start writing your thesis and choose the correct template until you get cleared and graduated after submitting your thesis. So first of all, you need to choose the proper template. Also, you need to format your dissertation or thesis using our templates. Then you need to submit the supervisor form I will be talking about later on. Also, after finishing defending, you need to submit to the CGS for the review. Then at the end, there will be a printing process. Then you can be cleared. During this time, when I'm explaining, please don't hesitate to stop me. You can ask me wherever you like, you have any question. So let me show you how to get the proper template. I'll stop sharing for a while, share you the link. Okay, let's go to our university website. Then we have the sign-in page, which is logon here. And we'll be choosing the UAEU portal. Okay, and here it will show you the portal where all the requests that you need to do, you can have it in here. For example, if you want to use Zoom, you want to use the library services, but in here we'll emphasize on going to the College of Graduate Studies, which is from colleges, then College of Graduate Studies, and it will direct me to the CGS portal. In this portal, you'll have everything you need from forms, from guidelines, from also the calendar where we have our activities throughout the academic year. So let's go to forms and guidelines, then students. Okay, and here, all the forms that you need as graduate students, you can find it in here, but I will focus on the thesis templates, which you can find it in under the title of thesis dissertation, and it's effective since 2022. So this template is used since 2022. I believe we had a previous template since I think we have stopped it at 2021, but we are not accepting that template anymore. So, of course, this template is different than the previous one. So whoever is using the old one, I would like to emphasize that you need to use the updated one. Okay, in here, you will find all the templates that you need, plus you can have the cover pages, okay, for master's level and for the PhD level. All right, okay. For each college, we have different cover page. All of them are identical except the color. So for each college, we'll be having different colors. Let me start with the cover pages, which is the first thing you need to start with doing your thesis, or you can postpone it until the end, but this is very easy. Let me show you an example. This is College of Engineering, for example. It has the blue color. Of course, for example, for the College of Science, it will have the green color. So different colleges, different color. So the first thing you need to have is the college name, which is fixed for all the students. Department, you need to specify which department are you. Of course, no need to change anything except this word because it will have the same font. the title of your thesis, and your name. This name must be as same as the one on the transcript. All right. Here, the student must have an overview picture of the thesis. I believe this is mandatory because without it, it's not being accepted by the CGS. And this is the also, if this photo cannot be created by the student, he can use a photo from the internet, and of course using the source, including it in the thesis. So this is the defense date, not that the date when he finished finalizing his thesis. It should be as per our website or the official one that it was announced earlier. If you have any question, please, you can raise your hand, or it's okay not to write the ID because it's already automatic added to our system in the Zoom. Okay, so here is the date. Nothing to be changed in here. Also, there's a brief description of the thesis. This one is kind of similar to the abstract, but it's like shortcutted. It's like 4 lines. Also, I wanted to emphasize that it's not mandatory to be as same as the abstract, but you can write an overview about your thesis within 4 to 5 lines. Okay, and in here we have like overview about the student himself. So in here you can write if you have awarded any international prize, or simply you can add your master's degree from where, which is from our university, plus your bachelor degree. And if you are a PhD student, you can add your master's degree plus PhD, which is from our university, it will be. So different students have different styles. So it's up to you if you want to add your only academic background, or add your awards won by you as a student. Okay, that's pretty all for the cover page. This one must be in the front cover page, the front, the first page, and this will be the ending page, which is the last page after your thesis or dissertation. And of course, in here, different cover pages from different colleges. For Arabic, we have as well. Okay. In here, we have the template that we are working on. So for English students, for most of the colleges, they're using this one for master's level. And for Arabic level, I believe this one is the template. This is mainly for College of Law. The doctor dissertation template, we have different templates for doctor dissertations. We have the monograph one, which is this one. I will be talking about each one in detail. Also, for law students, we have the Arabic one. And we have the article-based one. This one is effective, as I think, since 2022 or by 2023. So we have few students who are using article-based. Also, I will be describing what things need to be done through the article-based one. And we have the dual degree program templates for any student who is involved in dual degree, which is mainly now we have, for example, for engineering, we have KU level and our university. So for these students who are writing their dissertation, of course, this is for PhD level, not for master's level. Okay. So for any student who's writing their dissertation, they need to use the dual degree program. So that's pretty all for the templates. Let me get back to our presentation. I'll be describing each one. Please, if you have any question, you can stop me. Let me move this one. Okay.
I have
Okay. Yeah, please.
Do you have a LaTeX template for the thesis?
Yes, for LaTeX template we have, but unfortunately now we don't have an expert who can check the LaTeX, but we can I mean, helping you in fixing the LaTeX. But we have our template, yes. So you can drop us an email and we can share the template with you. And this is not really, I'm not call it a template because it's like a model that we are using for already graduated student, and we are using as a model for all the students. So what's the difference between monograph and article-based for the PhD students? So both of them, the monograph, which is the normal style that where you will have chapters into introduction, method, result, discussion, and conclusion. Each chapter have different name, but in article-based, it's a little bit different, where you will have an introduction, general discussion of the articles that you are describing. Of course, in this one, you will have 3 articles. I think the next, this one, this slide, it will show you what are things to be need to be done in order for you to be eligible to be to have article-based dissertation. Okay, and you have a conclusion. So the article-based dissertation is quite smaller than the monograph because you already have published papers and you need to combine them in one dissertation. Let me talk about the article-based dissertation. So in order to be eligible so that you can start writing your dissertation as article-based, you need to have minimum of 3 articles, which are 2 of them must be published already in the journal, and 1 of them can be manuscript, which is submitted and accepted by the journal, but it's okay to not be shared yet or to not be published yet. Okay, you shouldn't have any review article. Also, all articles must address 1 problem, okay, which is a common problem between the articles. Also, in all the 3 articles, of course, you can have more than 3. It's up to the student, but a minimum of 2 is, minimum of 3 articles are mandatory. Also, you need to be the first author among the 3 articles. But in case you are in the second author in any of them, you need to have a recommendation from the supervisor and the approval of dean of your college. This is the case if your published article is not having your name as a first name. You shouldn't have any collaborative work, and you must have a secure written permission from the journal. And lastly, any article-based dissertation written by a student must have to be defended. So it's like normal thesis for any student who wants to graduate, they need to defend. The same case for article-based students. So you cannot just publish the papers and you are graduated. So you need to defend that article-based as well. I think there's a hand raised by Fida. Please go ahead.
Yes, how are you?
Fine.
I have a question regarding the published articles. Do you have a specific ranking for them? Yani, should it be Q1, Q2, or any journal will do?
So I think now we are using Q1, but I'm not quite sure of this this point. I need to double check it with our guidelines. So you can drop us an email regarding this point, and we will be glad to assist you with the rank of the journal.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, already showed you how can we get the templates. So I'll skip this point. Okay, now let me talk about how to format your thesis. Let me share the point where. Okay, let me talk about the thesis one, and I'll be talking about the dissertations. Okay, I'll start with the thesis. Okay, so first of all, you need to have the cover page, as I said in the beginning, the front cover page and the back cover page. Also, this page should be directly after the cover page, and it has almost the same things, okay? Which department, which college, And this is common between all the colleges, unlike the cover page, different colors. No, and here no more colors, but you need to write, add your department name, the title, and it should be full upper cases. And this name should be consistent throughout your thesis. Let me zoom in. And this is a statement saying that you have qualified the requirements for graduating as master student of the official program name, which you can find it in our website. For each college, you can find the official degree name, and this is the defense date, the month, and the year. In here, you don't have to change anything. This will be numbered as per CGS. For each thesis, it will have a unique number, which is by each year we have a number for each student. And this is where I mentioned you need to have the cover page. In here, you can give a brief, one sentence or maximum of 2 sentences about your cover page, the photo that I showed you. And in here, if it's used by you or it was created by you, you can use it. In here, you can add your name. But if it was obtained from the internet, you need to have the link or the source of the photo. Okay, and here it will be 2023 and your official name, and that's all for this page. This it's not needed to be changed. Okay, and this page we have the declaration. Declaration mainly is written by the CGS to declare that this is the student has worked on this student. So you need only to change the name, your title, which can have italic font in here, which with capitalizing each first letter of each word, except the conjunction words. Also, you need to add your professor name with his degree, whether he's associate professor, which we use the doctor, or the professor as if he's a professor. And the college, which college is he? And that's it. This you don't have to deal with it so much. You need to keep it as it is, because in here it declares that this work has not been done by anyone else previously. And this is the case for all of our students. So you don't have to deal with or fix anything in here. Of course, you'll have your signature and the date of your signature. You can notice one thing in the first page and second page, you cannot have any page number. But in here, as per the template, if you're using the template, the numbering will start from page 3, okay, and onwards. All the pages will be numbered. So you don't have to deal with numbering the pages, it's already numbered. In here, advisory committee, if the student have only one advisor, so no need for this page, okay? If the student have co-advisor, let's say 2 advisors providing her work, so in this case, you need to have this page with the official title for each professor or doctor, and official name, which department and which college. All right. In some cases, we have some students who are having an external member. Do we need to add the name page, the name and title, and which country and university is he from? Okay. This is the case where we have approval of master's thesis. I believe all the colleges are required, or all the students are having an external examiner. So in here, we need to add all the details. Also the university name and which country, the code of the country. Okay, I believe most of the students are having an external examiner. The same thing in here, this page to be signed after the approval, after defending. I mean, the student, once he finishes defending, he need to have this page signed and added by his supervisors and the faculty who examined his thesis. Okay, and this page will have the signature of the dean of the college where the student graduated from, And in here, the signature of our dean. Usually, this page has to be filled later on by the CGS. Once everything is approved in the student thesis, this page can be filled or can be sent to get the signatures by the CGS. So CGS mainly is involved with this page. And the abstract, we have abstract in English and Arabic. They should be identical. They should cover these points: brief introduction, aims, method, results, and etc. And please note, for the keywords, number of the keywords that you have used in here, they should be as same as Arabic one. Okay, I believe some of the attendees in here, they are not Arabic speakers. You can use an Arabic translator, but please, if you are using an Arabic translator, please use a professional one and double check with let's say, the library or anyone who's professional to double check your abstract in Arabic, because back in our experience, we faced some students who are using the Google Translate or the normal translate that can translate the word literally only. And this is not acceptable, of course. All right. So please make sure of this point. Also, the abstract must have 1 page up to 2 pages at maximum in Arabic as well as the English one. And now we have the author profile. Author profile is not really mandatory, it's optional. You can add your photo in here. You can write like bibliography about yourself if you have any awarded won by you or anything wanted to add. You can write in here mainly information about each student. So this page is optional. Acknowledgement, where you need to thank who is helping you, or it's up to you who you would like to thank. And dedication page, which is 1 page as well. Okay, this is one of the most important pages in table of contents. I will go through it. I will be describing each heading, how to format it. Now, in the template itself, everything is formatted as the right way. So, for example, we have heading 1, which are those one. You can see there's alignment of headings 1, which is the title, declaration, advisory committee, chapter names. So for each chapter page, it should be as heading 1. See chapter 2, chapter 3, 4, and of course the references, list of publication, and appendix. For heading 2, any subheading that comes after heading 1, for example, after chapter 1, we'll have 1.1, which is our overview, statement of the problem. These are heading 2. How to format it? For example, if I wanted to go to any of these headings, so what I will do, for example, let's say I want to use another point statement, let's say. Okay, so I will go and highlight it, go to heading 2, and it will highlight it as, or it will deal with it as heading 2 from styles. Okay, so if I wanted to add this one, and I want to get back to the table of contents, so I will do now update, right click, then update field, entire table, and it will have my my heading added in here. So whenever you like to add any subheading, even for heading 3, you can add it, but in here it should be updated, the table of contents. So my always advice for all the students to update this at the end once you finalize writing your thesis. So keep it as it is, and you can update it once you're done writing your thesis. Okay, and here we have heading 3. Let me talk about it. So for heading 3 and heading 4 and heading 5, let's say if you have heading 6, for example, which is very rare, the font must be italic with font of 13. And it should be dealt with it as heading 3, okay, not heading 4. If you have, for example, another one, 1.4.2.1, which is heading 4. Okay, I wanted to add it. Please note one thing. When I get back to the table of contents, when I update it, see, it will not be shown in here. Why? By default, in table of contents, and this is what we emphasize on, headings 1, 2, 3 are being added. Heading 4 and above, they shouldn't be added to the table of contents. This is optional, but we don't recommend this because the table of contents will be congested too much. Okay, so if you want to add any heading 4 and above, it's okay to not be added to the table of contents. Okay, and that's all for the. Let me get back. That's table of contents. Okay, that's all for table of contents. For different alignment, as I said in the beginning, we can fix them if you have it like this, for example. So we can fix it using the ruler at the top. In some of the laptops, by default, it's not turned on. So I will show you how to turn it on. Need to go to options. I think it's advanced. And in here, let me see, or maybe general. It's been a while where I fixed this point, or even you can write it in search. I don't want to waste so much time. So I will write show ruler. Okay, and it will show ruler. Now it's unshown because I already chose that option. Now show ruler at the search bar. All right. And the same thing for chapter 2, 3, and etc. Please note one thing also. All the headings and subheadings, you need to be consistent in writing the title. So, for example, this chapter has the first letter of the word introduction as capitalized. In here, the first letter as capitalized. So in here, I shouldn't have as a small letter. So it should be consistent throughout all the subheadings and headings, the first letter of each word, except the conjunction words and to the in, for example, of. So these are not necessarily needed to be capitalized. All right. The same case now we have for list of tables. For list of tables, it's okay to not be capitalized. It's up to the student. Let me show you how to update list of tables. So let's say I have table 1. For all the tables caption, they should be above the table itself. And for the figures, let me show you, for all the figures, the caption must be underneath it. Okay, let's say I will have another table. Okay, I wanted to add that one. This is another table. I wanted to add a caption. Okay, I will go to references, then insert caption. I will choose table. Okay, and by default, it will be counted as 2. Okay, if you're using this way, whenever you would like to add any table in the middle, all the tables will be updated. Okay, so I will say whatever I like as a caption. See in here, the next table is automatically updated. Okay, now I have this caption. I wanted to update the list of table, so I will go up. I will do update entire table. It will show me the updated one. Okay. The same thing for list of figures. If I want to update any figure, I want to add another figure, do the automatic one, and add the caption, and then update the list of figures. Please note one thing, in list of figures and list of table, also the table of contents, you should have some space splitting the table name with the caption itself. So how can we use this? This is the case where you have a long caption. So in this case, I need to highlight this one and go to the ruler and fix the bottom one. So you can play with it until you have some space. So the second line is aligned with the beginning of the caption, not with the table name. So in here, I made some space splitting from the table name and the caption, okay? And we need to have some space in here between the page number and the caption. How can we do it? Let's assume this is the case. This is the normal case. And this is too close to the page number. So what I will do, I will go and use Shift Enter. Shift Enter, which it will shift the rest of the caption starting from this point into the next line. Okay, same case for the list of figure. All right, we have the list of abbreviations. In this one, it should be alphabetical. And you can see it's like a table. So if you'd like to add a new one, add it in here and should be alphabetical. And of course, this one should be, let's say Z. It should be capitalized. And in here, the first letter of each word should be capitalized. Because most of the scientific measures in our university, they're using the symbols in here. Okay, so please don't forget to add this page. If you have so many abbreviations, you can sort them as per the alphabetical order. Okay, let me talk about some of the things we need to focus in the thesis itself. So from this page and backwards, all of them, they are having the Roman numbers. But from this page onwards, all of them will have the normal number. And this is the default of our template. So you don't have to change anything with it. Okay, you can have the introduction in here, then overviews. I think this one is just added by me. Statement of the problem. Mainly the introduction is about 3 to 4 pages. You can, of course, have less or more. So it's up to you. Also, for any figure or table, it should be referred in the text. What do I mean? So, for example, we have figure 1 in here. So I need to give a brief information about it, or just if you want to talk about it, you must talk about it in the previous paragraph or in the next paragraph. So it's up to you whether you want to add it in the previous paragraph or the next one, but you must refer to it. Also, for some students, they are having some paragraphs are as indentation and some of them are not. So you need to have a consistent style. So you can press a tab where you can add an indentation, and the default settings of Word, it will have the same identical indentation you can see in here by the ruler. All right. This is the case where we have figures. Same thing for tables. It should be referred to it. I just added this one. So let's remove it. Okay. For the references, for the in-text citation, I'll not go deep through them because by tomorrow we will have a workshop offered based on EndNote, and we also offered a workshop on how to insert citations using Mendeley and Zotero. If you didn't watch them, we have it on our YouTube channel, and we'll try our best to offer it again in case you have missed it. Okay, but mainly we have the APS style of inserting references. That's the majority of students who are using APS style, and we can accept, of course, any style by any student. For example, we have APS style, we have IEEE, Vancouver, Harvard, Chicago, and etc. Since the student is using the basics of the style that he's referencing using the style, so in this case, we need to refer to the guidelines of the reference and sorry, the referencing style, and the student can be accepted within this style. All right. So for chapter 2, the same thing. For all headings 1, they need to have a font of 15, bold, and it should be centered. For all the subheadings, for heading 2, we'll have font 13 and bold. For heading 3, let me see any heading 3 in here. There's no heading 3. I showed you earlier. We'll have italic, same font 13, and align to left. All right. I wanted to point out one thing. Yeah. In some students or some cases, they have long captions. Okay, what should you do in this case? Let's assume this student have 2 figures and he wanted to write a caption for them. So what the first thing we need to do is write a statement or a sentence combining all the figures, A, B, C, D, combining all of them in one sentence. And this is the one that will be added to the list of figures. All right. The rest of the points, they should be like in here. This is a general sentence about the figures.
يعني المناسبة دي كانت سبب إنه تشرح
Sorry.
للعالم تعرف دولة الإمارات والخطط المستقبلية اللي عاملاها.
Okay.
لو لاحظت دولة الإمارات فيها حاجات كثير.
So now this student have a general sentence about the 3 sentences, about the 3 figures or 4 figures. Then he need to explain each one by one. So let's say he wanted to explain what does A stand for, then B, what does it stand for, C, and etc. It should be splitted from the original caption in a new sentence. In this case, or in this way, the reader will be understanding that this figure has this general statement, and these are extra information about the caption itself. All right. And if you can see that in the list of figure, it has only the first caption that we already mentioned. All right, and that's it for the
Excuse
template.
me?
Yes, please go ahead.
How can you put A and B in the subfigures?
Sorry,
How can you put A and B in the subfigures?
in this one, you wanted to talk about them or what?
Yeah, I'm talking about this. How you put it manually about A and B, the sub, yeah.
Okay, let me get your point clearly. So you wanted to talk about these points, or you wanted to add them?
Yeah, I'm talking about the title. These points A and B,
Okay.
and not the title of subfigures.
Yeah, this one you wanted to write the an extra information about them, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so tell me.
How about the A and B after the figure itself?
Okay, so you will have a caption of them, then you have an extra information for these students, for these figures. I hope I got your point correctly.
I think she's referring to the small letters under the picture.
Ah, yeah,
Yeah.
you wanted to add these, right?
Yeah,
So
she's
you
asking
can
Yeah.
add them
whether-
manually. Okay, for
manually.
example, this one. Okay, let me split them. I'll just write A and B normally, and it will have underneath the caption. Each caption can have A and B, then add the figures.
So in the text, you have to manually write A and B figure, for example,
Yeah.
figure. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. This one should be manually added. Okay, and this one, all of them, they can be manually. Okay. For figures, we have automatic system, but for the A, B, C, for the sub figures, let's say, they can be added manually. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
All right. You're most welcome. And that's it. We have chapter of conclusion, and we'll have the references in here. Of course, the references can be more than this page. This is a template, so each student have more pages. Depends on the student. So, list of publication, it's not mandatory. For master student, I don't believe they have this list of publication. For dissertation, the student can have some publications beside his work. It's not necessary to be about the same work, but he can add. For example, I'm talking here about a certain type of animal. Let's say I'm talking about rats in here. Okay, the thesis itself. But in here, I have application on, for example, a mouse. So it's up to the student if he wants to add the list of application. If the student has patent, also he can add. Appendix is not mandatory, it's up to the student. As I said here, it's optional. Let me talk about the dissertation. Same things. I'll not go deep into it because it's the same exactly of what we have in the master's level, but few things are different. Let me open it. Okay, and here we'll not have the department name. Also, the same thing for the cover page. We don't have the department name. We have the college name only. Same things, same everything. That's it for the same exactly monograph. And here it's optional. And I think most of the PhD students, they are using this. His contribution, this author contribution, mainly it's 3 points up to 5 points. So it's up to the student how many points does he want to add, but minimum is 3 or 2. That's the minimum point. Everything is the same. I think everything is the same. Okay. I will open the floor now for if you have any question before I go into the next steps where you need to have your thesis formatted, then what do you need to do after it? So please, if you have any question, let me know.
Excuse me, I have two questions related to the figure. If the title is too long,
Okay.
we can write this, we can do this. For example, if it takes 3 lines.
Like this one? Okay.
Not like this. In the main title for the figure 3, if it is 3 lines.
Yeah, I will show you an example. So let's say, okay. Well, let me show another figure. Okay, let's say this one, you're having like this, okay? 3 lines, right? Are we good until now?
Yeah.
3 lines. Okay, in this case, it's too long and it's too lengthy. If I wanted to update the list of figure, you'll see now. I will update it. And it looks too much, okay? See, in CGS, we do accept up to 3 lines in caption. But let's assume you have more than 3 lines. In this case, I need to split it again. I will go to the figure itself. I'll say I have 4 lines. So I need to add in here, for example, a full stop. Then all of this will be an extra information, as I showed you in the next figure. Okay, this will be an extra information. So they should be dealt as not part of the figure caption. So the figure caption will be ended in here. You got me?
Yeah.
Okay.
I have another question, sorry, about
Yeah, sure.
if I have algorithm, how can I do this? Pseudocode, for example.
For codes, you wanted to add them as figures or what?
A pseudocode, yeah. I
Okay.
don't know how to do it. I can do it in table or what?
So are you using the LaTeX or normal Word file?
Yeah, Word file.
Okay. For codes, most of our codes, we do add them as appendix. So you can give some information about the obtained figure or the obtained result in here, but the codes I would prefer to add them in the appendix as they are, or even you can take screenshot of the code itself, or just copy and paste them in the appendix. All right. Okay, please, if you have any question, let me
I
know.
have one question, please.
Yeah, sure.
If we want to see again this record or the previous records,
Yeah.
where we can access it? You said from YouTube, but how can
Yes.
we navigate?
Yes, I will go through our YouTube channel. I will show you how does it look like and the name of the of our YouTube channel where you can find all our recordings. Of course, we are recording also workshops, not only for thesis formatting. We have different workshops, different uploaded recordings. All right. To save some time, let me go now to the presentation. Let's assume you have finished, finalized your thesis, okay, formatting it, you're done with it. So what do you need to do later on? Let me just move this a little bit. Okay. Okay, after finishing your formatting, you need to submit the supervisor form after defending. Let me show you. Okay. Okay. This is the steps that I've talked about. You need to use the template. You need to read the preparation guidelines. Preparation guidelines is as I talked about, or you can have a full document in our CGS portal that I showed you earlier. So there's a full document where some students prefer to read them and consist to them. And we have something called formatting checklist. I will be showing now an example for it. And also you need to attend the formatting workshop. And if you need any help, you can seek our help. Okay, this is the preparation guideline. You can find it in our CGS portal. It's a full documentary where you can find all the details that I've talked about and even more details. Okay, this is the checklist where each student, after defending, they need to have this page signed and checked accordingly. What do I mean? So we have, for example, the title page, we have the degree and department name as per the official one. Since you are using the official one, so you do a tick in here. You will check it. Check each point that you verified. Then after finishing it, you need to sign it along with the date and submit it to the CGS along with your thesis. Also, I will show you what are the things needed to be submitted once you finalized, you defended, finalized formatting your thesis, and now it's the time to submit us your thesis. So this is our YouTube channel. We have previously offered this workshop for 2022 more than one time. Also, I will try my best to post this recording as well. So you can write it down if you would like to watch our previous workshops. Of course, if you need any help regarding any point, you can come to our offices. The most known one is the Student Hub, which is in F3 building in first floor in room 112.
Can you please go to the first previous slide? I want to capture the link.
Yeah, sure. Or you can write down the name, or you can write CGS_UAE and you will find it. All right. Okay. Our working hours are from 9 to 8 p.m. Nowadays it's up to 6 p.m. and we can extend if needed. Friday from 9 to 12 p.m. Of course, if you cannot come to the hub, you can drop us an email. Our email I will be sharing soon with you. Now, what are the next steps? You've finished formatting your thesis. You've done the checklist. You have the supervisor form, and you'll be submitting to the CGS review. After our review is done, your thesis will be sent to the printing office, and someone from the printing office, mainly it's Mr. Jihad, who will be replying with an official quotation, and you need to pay that amount. Then after you submit a physical copy to us, you'll get the clearance and the official certificate. Okay, these are the okay, let me show you in our CGS portal. This is this is the portal. Please note in our calendar, we have all the important details. For example, I will emphasize in here about the deadline, for example, for holding your defense, which is in November, 14th of November. It will be the last day to hold the defense date if you want to graduate in fall. All right. It has major deadlines and major dates for things need to be submitted. Okay. Now let me talk about where. Okay. This is your thesis on the left side. This is the checklist that you've signed, and this is the form to release signed by your supervisor. So I've talked about this one, the thesis itself, the checklist. What's this? The form to release. So this is a form where the student need to sign, and this page, it will have the signature of your supervisor admitting that this thesis is ready to be submitted to us, and then it will be ready to be sent to a printing office. All of these documents need to be submitted to thesis@uaeu.ac.ae. This is our official email that we do receive the thesis from different students. In here, there's something I wanted to emphasize is the delay of thesis and dissertation publication. So what does it mean? Let's say some students, they are preferring to hold the thesis after defending because they want to publish some papers based on this thesis. So in this case, what's the required step from the student? In here, they need to sign, in here, they need to mention which date they need to hold on. For example, let's say some students, they want 2 years. So during this 2 years, they can publish some papers, and after the 2 years, the thesis will be ready to be available on our online library. So all of our theses are being published in our library, except for the students who wants to delay their publication, their thesis. So we will say to the library that this student needs 2 years, and mainly it's either December or May, or you can change the date if you'd like. This has to be done between the student and the supervisor, and they need to deal on one date before submitting this form. Okay, so in this case, this unit will tell us that I don't want my thesis to be published on your library, on the university library, unless this date is passed. All right. Okay, so how is our CGS review process go on? It's very simple, but I see like some steps. Let me give you some idea about them. So once you send all the needed documentation, the thesis account or the CGS will assign you one of the assistants to help you in formatting your thesis. So how does it go? For example, you sent your thesis, then someone called, for example, Muhammad, will be assigned to assist you. He will give you a draft. Mainly it's 2 drafts. We are allowing up to 2 drafts where the student can have the comments from the assistant. So let's say you're following the template and you have few things need to be edited. So the assistant will be giving you a draft within 3 working days. Now your duty is to work on the comments and send back the draft again to the assistant to double check it. Let's say after 2 drafts you are ready. Then the assistant will be sending to the dean's office for the final review. After the final review, your thesis is officially approved by CGS, and CGS will be collecting the dean's signature. As you remember, I've said that in the thesis, it's written, there's a page of the dean's signature, our dean, Professor Ali Marzouqi, and the dean of each college. where the student is from. Then after it's ready, you need to send supplementary documents. I will be talking about some of them. Then the dissertation is gone to the dean's office for final review, as I said. Then once it's ready, signed, it will be sent to the printing office. All right. Okay. Please, if you have any question, let me know before I go to this stage. Okay, since we don't have any question, so what are the supplementary documents? These documents need to be submitted before, which is in here, before it goes to the dean's office. So these documents are mandatory. So what are the documents needed for master's level and for doctorate level? So for master's level, we have the student have to mention how many copies are required. The minimum are required are 4 copies. What are those 4 copies? One of them will be for the student. Second one will be submitted to the supervisor. The third one is for the college dean, the student college dean, not the College of Graduate Studies dean. So that's the third one, and the fourth one will be sent to the library, and mainly the student need to submit to us the library copy. So he will be coming to our offices submitting the library copy because we'll be submitting to the library, and the rest of the copies the student need to take care of them. Okay, embargo and non-embargo. The embargo is the one that I've said in here, where the student has to or he wants to delay the publication of the thesis. So he will be signing a form called the embargo. If
لو عايز extra options هذا تاني.
يعني مثلا ده هسي أكتر من سنة.
أنا مفتوح.
okay, can we mute please?
أنا حاسس أنا كنت عامل أي إنسان وقتين الكمبيوتر جوا بتاع.
Okay. Some students, they are okay. They are ready to have the thesis published, so they can sign a paper called no embargo. It means it can go directly to the library and it will be published online. And we have the exit surveys. These are the required things for masters. The same thing for doctorate, but in addition to 1 copy, which is the CGS copy. So for PhD students, they need to submit an extra copy. So they need to submit 2 copies to us. One of them is for the library, and the second one is for the CGS. Same thing, embargo and non-embargo. Doctor profile, usually it's 1 to 2 pages. The PowerPoint slides from the defense, personal photo, and exit surveys. Now, everything is settled up. Your thesis is sent to the printing office. You will receive a quotation. Usually some students, they are on grant. So some students, they can pay from the supervisor's grant. Some of them, they are paying from their own pocket. Usually the copies will be ready within 3 working days from the day when you receive the quotation from the printing office. After getting your copies, distribute accordingly, as I said, to our dean, if you're a PhD student, to the library, to your supervisor, etc. Okay. You have distributed your copies now. You are ready to get graduated. Now you need to apply for clearance on the e-services. In the e-services, there's an option of apply to graduate clearance. Need to apply for it. And you'll be cleared from these departments. You'll find these in the e-services. For example, student accounts, if you don't have anything, they'll be clearing you. Library, College of Graduate Studies, you'll not get it until you submit the hard bound of the copies. Immigration, if you are on student visa from the university, and the hostel if you are using the accommodation. Let's say you're done with all the clearances, you'll get your certificate using the UAE passport. I'll show you how does it look like. So when you go to Google and write UAE passport and log in using your information, you'll find the official transcript, attestation, also the official papers in here. Okay. Please let me know if you have any question.
Sir, I just have a question. Thank you so much for this workshop.
Yeah, most welcome.
My question is about Zotero or Mendeley that you
Yes.
mentioned. Are you considering delivering these workshops face to face?
Okay, since this is a computer based, because this is the best way to offer it online, because we'll be mainly working on a computer, on the programs, and some students they prefer to apply after us step by step. So the best way is to apply to offer it online. Also, if you have any difficulties using Zotero or any other program, you can meet us in person and we'll be more than glad to assist you.
Okay, thank you. May I have your email or I mean, we can communicate with you through the CGS email?
Yes, this is our email. Can drop us an email. Where was it? Yeah, this one, Thesis. Okay. Also, I'll be sharing the office number. You can find it in here. Okay. This is our office number. And you can contact us either by email. If we are not available by phone, you can drop us an email. And you take an appointment with us and we'll be helping you.
Okay, thank you so much.
You're welcome. Any more questions, please? All right. If you don't have any more questions, I would like to thank everyone who attended. For any students who would like to have a proof that they attended this workshop, you can drop us an email and we'll be sharing with you. So you can share it with your supervisor. All right.
ماما
Yes.
أقول لك أبوي مطرشة ومسج أبوي يقول هم عمي وين قالوا لي هذا ما عاوج بنت موين
Do you
أشكرك
have any
أخوي
more
معز،
questions?
بارك الله فيك.
حياك
شكرا
الله.
جزيلا. شكرا
الله
ما
يحفظك يا
قصرت.
رب. الله يحفظك.
Thank you very much.
You are most welcome. Best of
I
luck for
have
all
a
of you.
question, sorry.
Yeah, tell me.
How I send the email to say for my supervisor that I attend this?
Yes, I've just
I send it to
said,
the thesis at UAEU.
yeah, just drop us an email saying that you have attended this workshop, for example, and we'll be checking because we have a system from Zoom where we can download all the participants list. So if you found our name in there, so we'll be sharing with you.
Is this mandatory to do it?
Yes, most of the colleges or most of the supervisors, they require students to attend this workshop. So you can double check with your supervisor, of course, and drop us an email and we'll send you a proof.
Sure. Thank you.
Email to
welcome.
CGS or to
Thesis, any of them, but I prefer Thesis because this is for thesis purposes. All right. So if no more questions, wish you a good weekend and all the best in your upcoming exams. Thank you,
very
everyone.
much. Thank you for your effort.
Thank you so much.